What's up guys, I'm back with another tutorial. It's a Cinema 4D tutorial. This time I'm going to show you how to place computer generated text into real life images and photos. So after putting it in Cinema 4D, you can put it into Photoshop and tweak it around like I've done, as you can see. But I'm just going to show you the basics of it today. So we're going to start by making a file new, getting a brand new template. We're going to go up here and we're going to drag to the left just so we get a front on view, which does help quite a lot. Then we're going to sort our render settings out and template settings. So you want to come up to here to the little render settings button, click that. You want to go to output, width 1280, height 720. You then want to go to anti-aliasing, put the top one onto best. Then you want to go to options, effect, ambient occlusion, effect again, and global illumination. This is important. On the ambient occlusion, I normally put the contrast up to about 20%. You can mess around with it, but I find 20% works quite well. Global illumination, you come down to this one, and you want to go to irradiance cache, and the top one you want to put it onto medium, and the second one you want to also put onto medium. Okay, so there, we're done. Now you want to go to the light image up here. You want to click and hold, and you then want to drag in a background. Okay, there won't be no changes, but you will notice they have a background in the layer section up here. You then want to come down to the material section and double click, creating a brand new default color. You want to double click on the matte color, and this will bring up the material editor. From here you can change the colors and add reflections, certain things to create a color that you're looking for. You want to come up and click on color, make sure it's ticked, and then you want to go to texture, click the right arrow and go down to load image. Okay, you then want to find an image that you may have taken yourself or on Google. By going onto Google, you want to go on images and then just type in you can either type in autumn, and that'll bring up some really cool like looking paths you could put things on. Like that was a good one. Road, which I'm going to do in this case, and I'm going to use, what one shall we use? I'm going to use this one, but I've already got the picture of it. So yeah, just find a image you like, having quite a flattish surface, making it easier to place the text on. Okay, so when you've done that, you want to select your image. I've called it road, and as you notice, you'll get a box saying Cinema 4D Studio. You want to click no on this, and it's changed the default white or grey to this image. So then you want to go down to the specular and untick it by clicking on it. You want to then leave it as it is. If you want to add some reflections and that, you can do so, but I don't like to, so leave it as it is. Exit off of that. You then want to come down to the colour we just created, click and hold, and drag it up to the layer area, and hover over the background until you get this drop down arrow, and just release the button. As you can see, you've now put the image we just selected into the actual work plane onto the background. You then want to go to the little cube. This is the shapes and that. You want to select plane. You want to, using these two arrows, the green and the red one, you can move it sideways and up and down obviously, and forward and backwards. So you want to move it down to a place which you think looks good. So I'm going to go for about here. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit, and then as you can see, this is bent forward quite slightly because we want it to fit the perspective of the road or whatever you're trying to choose. So you want to come up to the different tool selections up here, click on the rotation tool, and now get like a sphere with a couple of different rotation angles. You want to choose the red one and click and hold and just drag it up or down, and choosing a good looking area. So I'm going to choose about there just to fit in. Okay, so now that's done, you then want to go up to the colours we've just created. You want to click on the colour, click on background, sorry, click on the colour, hold Control, click on the colour and drag it up to the plane layer and release. You can see that it's just changed colour now. You now want to click on the colour we've just put onto the plane, click it and drag it in front of these two orange dots. Then you want to go onto the actual colour itself, right click, no sorry, you want to click on plane, oh god wait there, you want to click on plane, right click, Cinema 4D tags and go down to compositing. As you can see, you've got this little clipboard image placed in front of the colour. You should get this attributes section down here for the compositing we just put in. You want to click on compositing background and make sure that's ticked. So what we've just done there is we've made the plane fit in with the background image. So we now won't see the plane when we render it out. The only reason we've got the plane there for is so we can create shadows for the text and place the text on. Okay, so now that's done, you want to go up to MoGraph and down to MoText. Okay, click up here onto the little actual moving tool. Then you want to click on the text. You want to go down to the text attributes. You want to go to align, and you want to change it from left to middle. You want to go to the text box and delete that and name it something new. I'm going to call it road. Do it in capital letters because keeping a nice flat bottom to the text will fit onto the road nicely. Okay, so now it's done. You want to change the depth to around about 60 because I find that works pretty well. And you want to change the font. A standard font, I'm going to use Adobe Gothic STD. Wait, where is it? Yeah, STD. This one's really good. I really like this font. It's nice and simple. And just click OK. Now you want to change the size of it because it's rather large in this case. So you want to go down to the height. And I'm going to change to around about 100, which will nice and small, fit on the road. You can change it around the different fonts, the different sizes, depth, subdivisions, actual text. Just do what you like just to fit the image you've put in. You then want to drag this down using the green arrow, and as you can see, if we go through the plane, the text will disappear. So we want to put it just on the plane, just so none of it's disappearing, and just so it fits on. So there we go. You may have noticed that the text is leaning forward slightly, so you want to go back up to the rotation, and using the red one, you want to move it back up and down, which will make it lean back and forward. You just need a good eye for this, just keeping in mind the perspective of the road. It's nice and straight, and you want to fit the text in with it so it looks very realistic. So I think that's about it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a colour for the road. You can just simply go down to the material section, double click on that and create your own colour. But in this case, I'm going to just delete that. I'm going to create a realistic texture material. If you don't know how to do this, you want to check the tutorial I released yesterday by clicking on the video on the screen now. Okay, so go and have a check of that. If you know how to do it, just do it yourself or whatever. So I'm just going to quickly go through it now. If you can't catch up, go to the tutorial I just done. So I'm going to double click on this, double click on the texture, go to color, texture, load image. I'm going to choose the cracked concrete texture I've chosen. I'm going to click no. I'm going to click, I'm going to go up to this. I'm going to click copy channel on the texture. I'm going to untick specular, go to bump, click on bump, paste channel. Then I'm going to go on to this one and I'm going to go texture again, filter, double click on this, put the contrast up to 20. Okay, so that's done. Okay, if you didn't follow that, check the tutorial I just done yesterday, as I've already said. So now, once you've got your own colour, you want to click on the colour and simply drag it onto the text. As you can notice, this may look a bit weird, like a flat colour on the front of the text and the actual text around the side. To change this, you want to go up to the MoText layer, click on the actual colour we just dragged in, come down to the attributes down here, and change the projection to cubic. Okay, so now if I rendered that out, it'd look like the actual texture itself. So now to create the shadows, we want to put in some lights. If you go up to the light section up here, click and hold and drag in a normal light, just release. What I like to do is click up onto the, as you will notice at the top of the work plane, there'll be this little icon. It's like a square. Click on that and it'll give you 4 different views of the work plane. You've got the top view, front view, and the right hand side view. Using the moving tool, we're just going to simply use the arrows on each of one of these to get the light just in front of the image. So if you come down to the right, window, you want to click on the blue arrow and drag to the left ever so slightly, and up ever so slightly. That should give us a nice shadow. Okay, now clicking back onto the square image, up onto the perspective window, we then want to drag in another light. So click up to light, but this time an area light. If you go to the 4 views again, we want to drag this one to the right, this up, and go to the rotation tool, and you want to go down to the right view, and as you can see there's a faint line. Just want to drag this forward ever so slightly, click on this and drag it forward again, just about there. If you didn't catch that, just rewind the video just to get a nice looking light like I have. Okay, so then you want to open up this one and hit the render preview button. This is the one on the left, so just render that out. This will take quite a while just because of the light and the textures I've put in, so just let's wait for this to render. Okay, so as you can see the picture's coming through now. You can see on the plane itself there's a lot of shadows, which we like. Okay, so let's wait for this to render. My computer's quite quick, so shouldn't take that long. And have we got an image yet? Have we got an image? So yeah, as you can see, it's worked. We've put computer generated text into a real image, creating shadows on the actual floor itself, looking like it's on the road. But you may not think this is that realistic. So putting it into either Lightroom or Photoshop, you can play around, enhance it a little bit, add some more shadows if you want, and just make it look even more realistic if you like. So as you can see, the one I done earlier, let me just get it for you. Where is it? Yep. So there's the one I've done earlier, and there's the edited one. So yeah, it looks a little bit more realistic. And I also did another one of autumn, and then I edited that one as well. So as you can see, it's much more realistic. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. It was quite a quick tutorial, like I went through it quite quickly. So you might have to rewind it a little bit, just slow it down until you get it. But as soon as you do it once, you will pick it up. You'll pick up each individual steps, and you should be able to mess around and do it yourself. So yeah, cheers for watching. If you got any queries, just comment on the video section below, or just message me on YouTube. Okay, so cheers for watching. Check out my Facebook page, PrimaryVisuals on Facebook. So yeah, see you later guys.